Hey guys, so this is my first video on this channel and I just wanted to introduce myself. So my name is Stephanie and I'm 18 and I currently live in Switzerland with my mother and my brother. So this is my story. At YouTube because I want to help girls my age and raise awareness kind of, because I mean this isn't something that people really think is a serious matter, but it really is. It's damaging, and my story, I want to get it out there and help others, you know, help others see that if you want something, it doesn't matter that you're young, it doesn't matter that you're a girl, you can do it, because if it's what you truly want, you can do it. So my story is complicated, really. It's just there's a lot to it, and I'm not gonna say all of it because some of it is very, very private and I'm just not ready to put it out there, but I'm gonna say most of it. So I come from a family where I was always told girls were weaker and girls should stay home, and you know, I have a younger brother which is about 2 years younger than me, and you know, he was able to go out, he was able to do stuff, he had friends over, he was able to go at friends' house. Every time he told my mom that, you know, he had a girlfriend, it didn't matter, you know, but for me, it always was such a big deal, you know. It was like, no, you're not going there, you're not doing this, you know, you're a girl, you're gonna get hurt, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do that, and I was always told I couldn't do it. So I was younger then, and I just didn't really understand why he was able to and I wasn't, and he was younger than me. I just didn't get it. The only answer I was told when I asked why is, you're a girl, you can't do that, you know. So I just listened, you know. I didn't go ahead and do things I wanted to do. I kind of stayed home and I didn't really have any friends at all. I just didn't, that's my dog. I just didn't really want to be around people anymore because everybody was able to do whatever they wanted, and I just wasn't. I never was able to do anything I wanted. I was always told I couldn't. So that was super hard on me. So right now I currently live in Switzerland and I'm here with my mother and my brother. 5 to 6 months ago I was in Cyprus, and that is where I grew up. This is where I did all my school, and this is where I have the people I know most. And so my mom and my brother left Cyprus in 2014 and I refused to leave. So I stayed there until I finished my school year, and then I left to America where my uncle and my cousins lived. I stayed there for about 9 months. That did not work out. I'm not gonna talk about this, it's just that was awful, that was terrible. So I didn't stay there, and then I came back to Switzerland, and my mom was so furious, you know. She's like, you never stay anywhere. She didn't understand, you know. It was complicated. We don't really understand each other, so yeah. So after that I begged her. I was 16 then. I begged her to go back to Cyprus. I'm like, you know, please, I just want to go back. That's where I'm happy, that's where I want to be, that's where my friends are. It was just awful, honestly. It was really bad, and finally she let me go. She and my uncle were paying for everything, you know, my schooling, my flat, and everything there. That lasted about a year, and then she forced me to come back. What I didn't mention is that when I left on the 2nd of April 2015, I met this guy, and he is right now my fiance. We got engaged in February, and she hates him. You know, she hates him. As I said, every time I mention I have a boyfriend, she freaks out. She doesn't like him, and that's because he doesn't have money, and that as well is a big problem for me, you know. It's just, how can you not like someone because of how much money they have? But that's who she is, again, you know. That is why I'm doing this video. If you have, any of you, even guys, not only girls, have any parents that are bullies like that, you know, that you feel like you're being put down by somebody, that is called bullying. No matter if they're your parents, no matter if they're your siblings, your friends, your boyfriend, that's bullying. It's bullying. I mean, it's considered bullying. As long as you feel so crushed down, you're being bullied. Don't put it like I used to say, oh no, you know, she's my mother, she's trying to like do this, she's trying to do that. I always had so much respect for her, you know, and I still do. But at the end, I realized, you know, and I don't really know how I realized, but it was one day just snapped in me. I'm like, you know, this is enough, I'm gonna do what I want to do. And this is how I came to my decision today. So I got engaged, as I said. I'm 18 and I got engaged, and many of you guys probably will think, oh my goodness, is she crazy? Yeah, I'm crazy. I mean, I've always done what I thought felt right, and I'm gonna continue doing that for the rest of my life, because if I don't, I'm gonna live the rest of my life regretting things I haven't done. So that's my motto. I do what I want to do. I do what I feel is right. Obviously, I think of these things before I do them. I don't rush into them with my fiance. You know, we just figure out what's the best for us. So it is talked about. It's not like a rush decision, but it's just what I feel is right for me right now. I feel like I need to go back over there. So I didn't mention that yet. I am moving back over there in about 44 days now from today. I think 44 days, and right now it's Tuesday the 21st of March. So on the 4th of May, I'm leaving. I'm taking a plane, I'm taking my dog, I'm taking everything I have here, and I'm moving back. I'm gonna be depending on myself. Me and George is my fiance, if I didn't mention that, are gonna be just by ourselves, and it's super scary, you know, I'm not gonna lie. I'm so scared. But I prefer struggling for a few years than being in an abusive household and being somewhere where I'm told constantly that I can't do something. I'm not, because as long as I keep saying, oh no, it's not gonna get to me, it's not gonna get to me, it does get to me, because I feel crushed. So it does get to me, you know, even though I ignore most of the comments, I ignore most of the actions that are like made towards me. I ignore them, you know, I ignore them, but they do get to me at some point still, you know. I'm not a robot, and they are gonna get to me. I'm human, and I have feelings, and at the end of the day, it's gonna hurt me anyways, and the longer I stay, the longer I'll be crushed, and the more I'll be damaged. So if you guys are in a family, or even in a place, or even you have friends that are like that, you know, telling you that you constantly can't do something. It's not because you're young, it's not because you're 18 that you can't do something, you know. It's even more, you know, you're 18 and you want this, just be mature about it and go for it, you know, go for it. Don't think about it twice, because if you do, then you'll never do it. Because if you keep saying, oh, but then this might happen and this might happen, you know what? There's always pros and cons to everything. And if you keep finding the negativity in things, you're never ever gonna go anywhere in your life, because you have to take some risks at some point in your life. I mean, I know I'm taking them very young, and I'm taking very, very big risks. Leaving from here is a huge risk for me, because I could end up with, you know, no money, nothing, and nowhere to go. So that could be awful, but I'm just looking at the positive side of it. The positive side of it being, I will be somewhere where I'll be happy, I will be surrounded by people that love me, and I'm just gonna start from there, you know. I'm leaving in 44 days, as I said, and I'm gonna go back to Cyprus. We're gonna find a flat with my fiance, and we are gonna start working. He's actually currently in the army, and he actually lives in Cyprus right now. We are in a long-distance relationship for 5 to 6 months now. It's gonna be 7 months in May. So that was super hard. Also, that, you know, if you love someone and that person has to leave for a certain amount of time, don't give up on them. You know, that's awful. You'll get through it. And if I give you the example of me and my fiance, we actually grew very, very close because of this. We are in a situation where, you know, we really cannot talk very much because he's in the army and I'm here. There is a 1 hour difference between Cyprus and Switzerland, so that wasn't the problem. But it's just that he has to be on guard in the middle of the night and I'm sleeping at night, so I also work here to make some money. I'm not leaving in 44 days without anything. I do have a good amount of money to start everything over there, so it's not like I'm leaving with like 10 euros in my pocket, you know. I don't know if I mentioned this, but we are both planning to go to uni. We both want an education, we both want good jobs, so, you know, I am engaged at 18, but I want to go to uni and I want a future for myself and I want a family, and I'm not on drugs and I'm not a drunk, you know, a drunk person. I'm a good person, you know, and I just don't understand how, I didn't mention this actually, but my mother refuses to let me go to university if it's not in the country here in Switzerland. She refused, and she actually told me that if I leave somewhere to go to university, she will never talk to me again. So that was nice. I mean, honestly, I don't have kids yet, but if I did, I would just be proud that my kids want to go to uni wherever they want to go. If it's in China, if it's in Thailand, if it's in Russia, if it's in Cyprus, if it's in Switzerland, wherever they want to go, I would just be blessed and happy that they want an education. But apparently that is not how she feels, and that's fine, you know. Everybody's different, but it's just, it's very heartbreaking because I want something for myself, and it's just, but the tension here is just so bad that I decided to leave in May. I actually booked my ticket about 2 weeks ago. I just decided that it was enough. I've been here for long enough. In May it's gonna be 7 months, and it's enough, you know. I'm done. I'm so done being put down. I'm so done being bullied. I just want to be somewhere where I'm happy, somewhere where I can start, you know, working and just start studying whenever I decide to, whenever I can, whenever we can afford it. But yeah, so this is my introduction video, and I hope you guys like it. My plan is to daily vlog. Later on, I'm not really sure when, it's just I did vlog one whole day, but I have a very huge camera and it's super difficult because I don't have a tripod. I'm planning on getting one this weekend, but it's very, very heavy and my hand keeps dropping and my face is cut off like half all the time. So I didn't delete it, but I don't think I'm gonna post it just because it just doesn't really make sense either. I thought that an introduction video would be very necessary because of my my life right now and where I am today. It's just complicated, and just like explaining it in my day, I thought a sit-down video would be necessary to make you guys understand, and also, you know, to really understand what I'm going through. I know you guys probably don't really, because I didn't really put it in depth yet, but I am planning on putting it in depth. It's just I need some time. As I said, I'm not very ready to talk about everything that has happened. It's YouTube and it's gonna get out there, and I just don't want it to get to some certain people. I need to leave from here first, and then I will start talking about it more openly. But here right now, I don't think I'm ever gonna talk about it. I can't even think about it here. I'm scared that someone might read my mind. It's just, it's not easy, and I do put a face on that. Many people might think, oh, she's fine, you know, she's fine. Inside, I'm not fine, because it's hard, you know. It's so difficult being in a situation where you're never good enough, you know. No matter what you do, it's not good enough. It never will be good enough. And I realized that for my mother, nothing I do will ever be good enough for her. And I'm done always feeling like a failure, because I always feel like a failure, because I always feel like I suck, you know, like I always could do better, and I'm sure I could always do better. Everybody could always do better. But it's just, you know, you don't need to put it that way. If somebody does something for you, you don't need to be like, oh, could have done better, you know. You don't need to say it like that. I mean, I know I could have. It's like in school, you know, you get like a 90. You could have done better, obviously, but a 90 is awesome. it's just, I don't know how to explain it. It's just, I don't know what examples to use to even describe my situation right now, but it's just complicated. I think complicated is the word to use. But yeah, so we are gonna start daily vlogging, and I also have a dog, which you guys probably saw jumping all around me. He's part of the family as well, and he is moving back with me. I'm taking him with me. I might do a separate video on his story. His story is also complicated. Basically my life, everything in my life is complicated, but it's awesome because that is why I want to start YouTube, you know, to put it out there that even though your life is difficult now, it doesn't need to be difficult for the rest of your life. Okay, so thank you very much for watching, and I hope that you guys stay here and watch me and watch my journey on moving back, being so happy again, and it's very important to me, and I hope that you guys can find comfort in watching that, thinking that you are also able to do that. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!